welcome to Largest Issue in the Galaxy. Every issue in the galaxy, from buying shoes to too much booze. I am your host, Riely, joined by a wacky cast of characters as usual, but, a little bit less. I think a couple people dropped the ball today. I do have Mo Diggity here.
Literally dropped the ball.
That's true.
Yes,
Mo
hello
Diggity.
everyone. Hello everyone, how you doing?
And Jason, the audio engineer.
I'm eating saltines and Ritz. Saltines and ramen.
I was like, wow, 2 types of crackers, really fucking mixing it up today. But yeah, Demi and Andrew both aren't here because they dared to have a life. Fuck them. I hate them.
I could be having a life right now, but I sacrificed that for you, Riley. You should be thankful.
Yes,
Thank you,
how
Jason.
dare they want to go do other stuff besides this podcast? Damn them.
Yeah, fuck them. I think this might be a regular thing too, and they didn't even talk to me about it beforehand.
That's all good, man. We can do the Mo, Riley, and Jello show until they get back
that'll be
on.
fine. Yeah, it'll be cool. Fuck, I forgot. Dude, I'm so stressed out today because I started a new thing at work. I haven't thought about fucking anything. Getting onto this podcast was even an issue because of my fucking technology, and I was so stressed out trying to figure that out.
Technology!
I don't have the voting up, I'm sorry. I've been trying to be better about that, but I'm so fucking stressed today.
You've had a rough day, it's alright.
Yeah.
This time it's excusable. Next time, though, you will be punished by being beheaded.
I will be guillotined next time.
Oh, yeah. That's how I want to go out.
That would be a pretty dope way to go out. It'd probably be instant, I'd have to imagine.
Nah, I don't think so, actually, because your brain is still active, about 5-10 seconds after your head gets cut off, and that stop fucking thing is the last thing I'd ever want to hear right before I die.
I'd be okay with that.
What if you got your head cut off and your body started running around like you're a chicken?
Or in that one scene in not Shaun of the Dead, but the one where he's a fucking Hot Fuzz. Yeah, there's a scene in Hot Fuzz where the bad guys fucking push this bit of brick off an old fucking 18th century fucking English church, and the rocky end lands right onto the dude's head, and it fucking squishes it stops it in his chest cavity, and he does this fucking headless chicken dance for a quick sec before he fucking falls straight on the ground. It's a really awesome horror scene, despite it being a real comedy. It's a murder mystery story, but they do the fucking gore in that movie pretty well.
I mean, it is part of a trilogy with Shaun of the Dead, so...
Yeah, the Cornetto trilogy. Anyway, Cornetto. Yeah, that's one thing that I kind of miss about my younger days was live with my friends and sleeping on the couch, and he, after we get done being hungover, he comes up to me, or I'll go up to him and goes, "Hey, I'm going to the store. What do you want?" "Cornetto." Or in my case, beer. Because, hair of the dog is the real fucking thing, man. Once you're hungover, the best thing to chill your hangover out a little bit, if you don't have my personal hangover cure, is just another couple of beers so you can chill the hell out. But I have to say, the best hangover cure is just an 8-ounce thing of V8 juice, not spicy, because you don't want spicy. V8 juice, a glass of ice water, and a couple of Advil. Boom, boom, boom. You got your vitamins, you got your hydration, you got your fucking headache killer. Fucking hangovers don't stand a chance. Best shit ever.
Nice.
Riley, have you drank enough to have a hangover cure yet?
No. It's surprising. I guess I'm really heavyweight, because both times I've only really drank twice, legitimately done a lot twice. And both times I went pretty hard and nothing happened. which is surprising. I guess I have a lot of tolerance.
What if you think it was pretty hard, and then all of a sudden you're just over-exaggerating?
Dude, I took like fucking 6 shots when I was at that one guy's house.
What kind of alcohol?
I think one shot was Smirnoff and the other ones were Bacardi.
Oh, okay. That's you see, you need to check between your legs.
I also drank a few beers.
Yeah, you might want to check your between your legs because you might have grown a vagina from drinking Bacardi.
That was also like my first time. Okay, listen.
Oh, okay, go ahead. What else did you do?
Just because I like fruity beverages does not mean that I'm a woman, so fuck you.
What if they just taste good? Why are you gatekeeping
why are you gatekeeping delicious sugary alcohol?
Because it's like a fucking waste of goddamn alcohol. Like, you know, Maddox, I kind of lay this at his fucking feet. He really sort of got people into people, quote unquote, in our little community into like the sugary liqueurs and liquors and stuff. And honestly, man, if you're gonna drink, you need to drink, you know, not light beers, but full beers, full flavored, not Bud Light, Budweiser, not Coors Light, Coors, and not Heineken, Guinness. You know, those are fucking strong fucking beers, especially if you're a guy. Now, if you're a real skinny freaking twig of a girl that barely weighs 100 pounds, maybe you can drink some fucking Fireball or something like that. But if you're a man,
Fireball's great. Fuck you.
Fireball is fucking disgusting, and I didn't need Maddox or anything like that or that meme, you know, to determine that Fireball is fucking disgusting. I love cinnamon, but cinnamon in whiskey, drinking cinnamon is fucking disgusting.
It's not.
It is, man. So I'm sorry. It's gross. It's why I don't like fucking Jägermeister. Or
Fireball and peppermint schnapps. Those are the two best things.
Oh god, schnapps!
Oh god, no.
Oh, not, dude. That's fucking rot gut like crazy, man. Especially if you're broke as shit. I mean, you're better off just getting fucking 40 ounces, man, like a Mickey's 40 ounce. Seriously, Riley, dude. The very first time I can't do
I have really bad taste tolerance, though. That's my thing. Like, there has to be something to mask the fucking bitterness, or I'm not going to be able to drink it.
Oh god, your tongue and vagina too. You have to get over that, man. Like, you know, some of the best like alcoholic times is like getting a bitter beer face, and you just gotta fucking drink the good shit. Trust me, man. Like, if you're gonna like, you know, get cirrhosis of the liver, you might as well have drunk good stuff instead of the shitty stuff. Like, who wants to fucking die?
Cirrhosis of the liver.
Who wants to say that they got cirrhosis of the liver because, like, yeah, man, I go hard into the paint. Drank like 2 bottles of fucking Jaeger and fucking Fireball whiskey, you know, because I like to party. Like, no one ever wants to say that's how they died. Like, imagine, say heaven exists,
look who's
right?
Hold on, I needed somebody to break the tie, and I think we have somebody. This is Brad. Hello. Yo, what's up?
I can break the tie.
I was just gonna play basketball.
Awesome. So. Brad, you do realize what time it is, right?
No.
It is Monday. It is Monday night. What do I do on Monday nights, Brad?
No, I'm not scared.
Yeah, I do. We're doing largest issue right now. I'm glad you called actually because we have a tie we need to break because nobody voted and everyone who's here was here last week and did an issue. So why don't you break the tie for us? Issue? Okay, so what was the largest issue in the galaxy? The 4 choices are regular phone service, thinking of issues, shitty cybersecurity, and overly ambitious open world games.
Yeah, I did give an issue.
Okay, so give me an example of each why they're an issue. Because those are very, very broad statements.
So like regular phone service, like, you know, like the shitty quality of like phone calls and like just the annoyance of phone service, and then thinking of issues for the show, like that's an issue because it's hard to think of issues, and then shitty cybersecurity is in, you know, like bad security with like computers and shit, and then I think overly ambitious open world games speaks for itself. It's open world games that are overly ambitious.
Shitty phone services. I feel like there should be way better options than they are now.
Okay, so Demi wins last week. Should he, regular phone service. Thank you, Brad.
Absolutely.
You have a good one. I don't know how much of Brad you could hear, but yeah, Demi wins.
Heard him.
Yeah, regular phone service. So good job, Demi. Woo, you're not here to celebrate, but you won. Okay, so let's talk about our issues. So I'm really stressed out, and I didn't think of 2 issues. So Jason's going to do one again today. He's going to go last, because I guess he's kind of a guest in terms of issues. So Moe has 2 issues, and me and Jason each have 1. So let's have Moe get one of his 2 issues out of the way, right up top.
What it was.
So Moe, give us your first issue for the night.
Okay, all right. Well, guys, I woke up this morning, and I was like, okay. Things aren't so bad. I woke up, nothing really hurts or anything like that. So I'm just gonna chill and get on VR and, cause, my Oculus Quest 2 headset is finally working correctly. And, I'm enjoying fucking VR chat and stuff. And then I get onto my computer. And before I even get to Twitter, cause every once in a while I like to check the, what's in the news real quick, see what headlines are fucking trending and all that. This is before Twitter. And all I see are, people pretending that they give a shit about Columbus Day, trying to call it Indigenous People Day, and they're not doing anything about it. They're just tweeting, or posting about it. There's apparently a bunch of, product shortages going on around the country right now. Southwest Airlines, we're not 100% sure
yet. They canceled over 1,000 flights, right?
Yes. They canceled a shit ton of flights today, and we don't know exactly what it is, but I am looking at a picture right now with them, hanging a Gadsden flag outside one of the cockpit windows that says, "Don't tread on me," the classic little, freedom snake thing. And so there might be a gigantic general strike about to happen with the pilots, because the pilots and the stewardesses and stuff, because this is the last straw, and this is one in the many reasons why they hate working for those people. But anyway, fast forward. I then get on to Twitter, and I'm bombarded with bad news. And you want to know what my first issue is today?
What is
bad news? I'm sick of bad news. Every time I wake up, every time I look on the internet, it's it's fucking Facebook, fucking Instagram, fucking Twitter, just Google when I'm just checking out the headlines and stuff. It's just fucking bad news all the time. And it really does kind of suck, because all I'm trying to do is just enjoy my day, and all this bad news is always just bitch slapping everyone. And it's really affected the mental health of everyone in this country. Before quarantine, we had a huge problem with suicide in this country, right? And then during quarantine, the numbers for suicide all across the board went up almost twice the amount, and especially in demographics where we don't consider that they're suicidal, like children, for instance. 8 to 10 to 12-year-olds, like preteens and kids. They're killing themselves at an alarming rate because of bad news. The president fucking sucks. Bad news. Or, government made a bad...
8-year-olds are fucking killing themselves?
It's extremely... No. It's extremely, extremely rare, but that demographic has shown a spike in suicides. And what's even worse, what's even more prevalent in that particular age group is depression, where it used to be, fairly non-existent, has raised even higher now. So now we are having kids and preteens experiencing adult level depression that most of them never really had to deal with before. And it's because of, all of the bad news going around every fucking day. People are just beaten over the head. with all these fucking terrible things right now. Like, for example, here in Texas, everything is pretty much fine on the meat sort of front, right? Like, I go to my store, I'm getting like fucking ground beef for like $7 depending on the weight, right? You get out of Texas, you get out of the meat zone, I guess, the United States, you go slightly north, they're paying 15-20 fucking bucks for fucking meat now. I was listening to Tim Pool the other day talking about how he was going grocery shopping, and it's not just affecting meat, it's affecting everything around, across the board, right? He says that the average amount of groceries that he used to buy, about $200, is now almost $700 fucking dollars. Everything is going up across the fucking board, and everyone's blaming COVID for it. They're blaming lockdown for it. And honestly, everything was starting to return back to normal, but for some reason or another, it's getting worse and worse. And we're not being told exactly, and I'm not claiming conspiracy or anything like that. No one's really telling us what the fuck is going on. Why are there's so many food shortages going around? And it's not just food now. Now it was, computer chips and silicon that were like problems getting a hold of, those, like computer chips and shit during the pandemic. And, it was bad. It started getting a little better, but now because, I'm not going to lay the blame down on either Trump or, Biden, because it's not really quote unquote their fault. That's just the way shit is. But now it's gotten even worse, and it's brought the worst out of governments and out of people. And you thought that people were greedy and snide and mean-spirited and two-faced before. COVID and lockdown has really shown people who they truly, really are. And now everyone seems to be going for the fucking throat. They're going for fucking blood. And yeah, it just seems to be that no matter where you go, no matter like what site you're on, it's just fucking bad news fucking everywhere. And so that's sort of my first issue. Jello, you seem to want to have something. You had something to say. Go ahead and bring it
down. First of all, I feel like also like something that just worsens the problem is the lack of good news. Like, good stuff happens all the time, but people they won't talk about it for some reason.
Well, it doesn't give you clicks, It won't like get you on like fucking CNN or Kotaku or anything like that.
Well, actually, there is something that I think would have definitely got on. That's good news.
What?
Microsoft is exploring liberties for the right to repair right now. Like, giving people the right to repair. Which basically means you don't have to, buy their overpriced shit, and you can just fix their hardware yourself instead of, having to buy something through their outlets that's way too expensive.
Yeah, I have to recall there was a court case recently where the people who were arguing for the right to repair won. And it was a landmark it was a landmark freaking case for the right to repair types. That is really, really good news, because that's good for Apple too. However, I was in another Discord server the other day, and the iPhone, they're making it to where if you try to jimmy open the case, it fucks up everything in there. So if you're an iPhone user or an Apple owner,
Apple is like super against.
It's like you're trying to rob a bank. The fucking die pack goes off when you try to open the phone.
Yeah, the right Apple absolutely hates people repairing their products instead of them.
It's really fucked up because it's much easier for Jane and John Q. Public to just go to a fucking third party store and go, hey, my shit's cracked, please fucking fix it. Because it's absolute bullshit, because the job that I work at, I'm not a telemarketer per se, but I do bookings, right? Mm-hmm. One of the customers I had needed her TV fixed, and I had to I booked a person to come get her TV, and what she told me was from the company, I think it was Samsung or something, if you go and do that, you void your warranty. Her warranty has been out for 3 months. and she knew that. And they have the fucking serial number on file, and they fucking know that that warranty is null and void now because it expired, right? They still try to screw her and get her
so
to
bullshit.
Yeah, it is fucking bullshit. Like, working this job that I'm working right now, you'd be surprised at how really, like, you think you know how shady and shitty a lot of these companies, especially like plumbers and electricians, are, man. Wait till you're kind of on the front lines, so to speak, booking shit for them, and you see how they try to fucking jack up the prices and swindle and screw people over, man. But yeah, they had the number, they had everything on there, they had all the records for that particular model of TV, and they knew damn full and well that her shit wasn't covered under warranty, but they tried to get her anyway, because what they do is they get you to send the TV, or they get a tech over there at your place. They charge you out the ass to get a fucking tech, right? And then they tell you, they'll quote you a price over the phone. And when they get over there and said, well, I know we just said like $150, but really this is going to be a $400 job. What are you going to do? The dude's right there, and he supposedly has the parts. That's if they don't decide to stick you with the, well, I got to fucking order these parts from Thailand, and they got to tell you, they ain't cheap. And there's a convenience fee, and a coming back out fee, and a fucking booking fee. It's just bad news, bad news, bad news. And I fucking got a person to come out there to fix her TV for $150 fucking bucks, man. So yeah, I'm fucking very glad.
Wow, fucking small town hero, Mo Diggity.
Well, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I try. anyway, yeah, man. I'm just so, it makes you so sick at heart to see everything is just bad almost all the time. Like, who wants to be a Twitch streamer anymore when Twitch doesn't even want to do anything about these fucking bot hate raids? That they do fucking, they've done nothing to it because these corporations don't want to fucking do anything about it, Who wants to be a YouTuber when, any point in time these, faceless board of directors, along with Susan Wojcicki, jerk off, bitch, whatever the fuck her idiot
Susan
name is.
Beef Jerky.
Susan Beef Jerky.
Susan
just
Wikipedia.
says, Susan Wikipedia just says, I don't want them to talk about this topic anymore. Man, deplatform. And it's a fucking bummer, man. So yeah, man, bad news. Vote it up. It fucking sucks.
Yeah, I fully agree with this issue. I've received a lot of bad news in my life. Actually, very recently, I had like a very specific instance. I'm not going to go into it because it's personal,
right.
But I did get a very, very specific instance of bad news that I received, and it just like fucking smacked me like a brick, bro. When you get hit with really bad news, just like out of nowhere, it's fucked up, bro. Like the feeling you get when like you hear some really fucking bad news and you're not expecting it at all. Just sucks.
The worst thing about bad news, it always happens when you're having a fucking great day. And then it keeps happening over and over and over. And then it's gotten to the point where it's hard for me to enjoy the good days because, well, when's the other shoe gonna fucking drop, man?
I know.
And now I'm fucking paranoid. And now I think bad shit's gonna happen. And if something bad happens to happen, like, hey, my truck is fucking busted up, or hey, my relative ends up in a hospital, is in a coma. Boom. That just makes me fucking scared to have a good fucking time. I think it's why I stopped drinking and smoking, because I enjoyed them too much, and stupid lame shit used to happen, and it polluted.
Yeah. Okay, so this is like a really dark and sad story, but like it fits in with this issue really well. Especially like the bad news always comes when you're having a good day. So when I was like fucking 12, right? My grandfather was really sick, and like I went to see him one day, and like he was in bad condition. I saw him, and then I went to school the next day. And, like, I had, like, a really good fucking day. Like, I'm on cloud 9. I'm just fucking... I'm like, skipping home from the bus stop. And then I fucking walk in the door, and my mother and father are sitting right in front of the door waiting for me. And I'm immediately like, oh no. And
Like,
yeah,
dude,
that's
I'm
when
about to get my ass whooped. What did I fucking
No,
do?
it wasn't. It
Oh,
wasn't that.
Oh,
It was
sorry,
just
that
like-
was me. My bad. I was just thinking about that. Usually happens. Like, oh fuck, did they get a report card? Did I get an F in something? Oh, progress reports. No, that's another week. Oh shit, what happened?
When that kind of stuff happens in that situation, I'm just thinking up of all the lies I possibly can to get out
yeah,
of it.
same.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna lie my way. You know, the person who said honesty and the best is the best policy.
That's when I first learned to become a psychopathic serial killer.
All these
Bro.
fucking people who say that are fucking super rich or super well off. Like, dude, if you're
Yeah.
poor or like you're working class or middle class, you have no fucking choice but to lie, because you're going to be doing that shit all your fucking life, man, is lying to get out of trouble, especially trouble that you had no part in. That's the worst shit.
But,
Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
So the end to this story is that my mother and father told me that my grandfather died. Just on that day that I fucking was like on cloud 9 having the time of my life. It happened that day.
Damn.
Bad
Actually,
news,
something kind of
man.
similar happened to me. I was having a great day in 5th grade, and then I was picked up early. I was like, oh, sweet. And then my mom's like, yeah, your grandmother's dead.
Oh my god. They didn't
So-
pick me up early. They just waited for me to come home. They were fucking sitting in front of the door, just waiting to break the news to me. But another story I have about like lying having to do with report cards. This is like my most fucking like cheeky moment in history. So, back in my old school, it's the school that me and Jason both went to, where we
Oh,
met.
great.
We had this like online like website application where like all of our schoolwork was like sent to us and stored. And on the side of that website, you could see like all of the assignments that were missing that like you hadn't submitted on time. And my mother wanted verification that I didn't have any missing work. So I went to that website. I fucking inspect elemented and just deleted all of the missing work. And then showed it to her. It was really funny.
Nice. That's how you fucking do it.
I just sat there for like 20 minutes just fucking deleting. Because I was very backed up. Because first of all, there was missing work from like previous quarters that didn't matter anymore. And then also the missing work I had now because I never did my homework.
Imagine spending 20 minutes trying to remove work that you didn't do instead of just doing the work.
Well, that would have taken hours.
Yeah,
and that would have been work. Who wants to do work? Fuck
Yeah,
that shit.
fuck work. Also, hi,
Especially
Brad.
for that school.
Brad finally fixed his shit. Here he is.
It's Brad the Dad 101.
He's been trying to join us for like fucking a half hour.
Fucking stupid technology. That's why I said we need better. This is why I said we need better phone service.
Yeah, exactly. That's why phone service is the largest issue in the galaxy.
I gotta say, though, I guess to end on a more sweeter note, shit is getting a little bit better. It's just moving at a snail's pace. Like, for instance, maybe it doesn't apply to at least 2 people in here. But, jobs are moving online and moving to home now. Like, we don't have to commute or go to the fucking office anymore and deal with fucking bosses and managers and shit. Harassment claims will naturally, of course, go way, way down because it's a little bit harder to harass people when you're not in the office, though you can DM them and all that, but it'll still go down. People, like, I bet you anything, deliveries will start getting a lot faster. Imagine a world where we have,
Oh, no, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Listen, hold on. You said it was hard to harass someone you're not next to. And I harassed my old boss who owes me $700 to the point where he changed his phone number, and I haven't even seen him since.
Oh, what a bitch. Hey, he fucking deserves to get fucked with.
Yeah, he owes me $700 and refuses to pay me, so I fucking signed his phone number up with so much just spam shit, he changed his phone number.
Oh, yeah, that's how you fucking do it, too, man. Like, I've gotten mad to the point where, like, if people are rude, like, I've erased all the numbers and I had to do it, but I was very tempted to post all the like the numbers of rude ass fucking people on 4chan and saying, "Hey, these people they suck. Go raid them or do stuff."
Yeah,
you know?
Never give Mo your phone number if
No.
you plan on crossing him.
I'm not. I've actually never done that to people I know. Only people.
This is what you do. You go to like Amazon or eBay or something like that, and you can buy spare keys, and like you could buy them by the bucket. So you buy a bucket of keys, and you get some like little tags that say "if found, call this number." You put whoever you want to victimize, their phone number, and you take them and you spread them around.
It's a fucking really good idea.
It's like a fucking video game collectible just like scattered around the town.
Then Good Samaritans pick it up and say, "Oh, I'm going to do a good deed. I'm going to call this person." And this person is like, "Fuck off."
That reminds me of the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Well, 2 episodes where Dennis is like, call me if you see this guy, and the shusher, and they fucking shush the shit out of him. And then there's the other one where, they shush him like, "I hate being shushed." And then there's the other one where it's the pedophile that looks almost exactly like Dennis, and people are putting their fucking flyers all over the place. Like, that takes no effort really whatsoever to put a picture and says local pedophile at this address and this number, and just fucking paste that shit all over fucking town. And no one will know it because no one's going to question it. Because hey, I'm doing a good thing. Local pedophile in your area. Don't you hate him? They're like, "I didn't do anything. I gave him an F on his report card." Well, you shouldn't have done that, bro.
Yeah. This man owes me $700, and I've pranked the shit out of him. And every once in a while, I make a whole new Facebook account just to ask him for my money, just to piss him off.
That's really funny.
Every couple of months, you knock off 50 cents off the debt. In some years, in many decades, the debt will be paid off until you pay me off in a lump sum.
He just Venmos you 50 cents, once a month.
Oh, no, the harassment still goes on, because the harassment doesn't stop until he gets the full amount. Now, if he does Venmo you 50 cents, maybe he only does it twice a day instead of 5. Or something like that. But the harassment still happens.
But no. At this point, he'd sit there and he'd try to pay me off, and then I'd demand double.
Fuck yeah, that's
for
how you
making me wait
do it.
this long.
Yeah, but okay.
I believe that's the Ferengi rule of acquisition there. I don't know which one, but I know it's in there somewhere.
One of the Ferengi rules. It's one of them. Okay, so anything else about bad news before we move on?
Yeah, hopefully everything starts to write itself out. Like I said, good news is coming. It's just coming at a fucking snail's pace.
Okay, and before we move on, let's figure out the logistics real quick. Brad, are you bringing in an issue today?
I could make up something random.
I mean, if you're gonna be on, if you want to bring in an issue, I'm just saying because I know Mo has 2 issues prepped, so if you want to go instead of Mo going a second time, or
I want to go
that hasn't gone yet.
Or you could go instead of Jason, because he's the audio engineer.
Oh, but
has anyone gone? No, let somebody go, and then I'll think of something while somebody's going.
Okay, so are we having Brad go instead of Mo going twice, or are we having Brad go instead of Jason?
I'll let Mo decide.
Oh, well, oh shit.
Oh my fucking god!
No, get him out of here. No.
Hi, Debbie.
After what we just said,
you know what? Jello, you go ahead. Brad, you go. Then if Demi has anything, that's cool. And then I guess we'll end it with Riely. But I do want to have a quick side tangent at some point in time because I really was prepared. Like the bad news thing, that was just my my backup problem or my backup issue. I have my real
with
issue.
My issue,
though.
You will 100% be able to go on a side tangent about what you.
Yeah, now Demi, I just want to say that I am happy to see you. I wasn't trying to be a bitch, but it's just we were just trying to figure out the logistics of Brad bringing in an issue because he showed up randomly, and then you show up.
Jello, go ahead.
I don't know if Demi's even going to unmute herself.
So, today...
Wait, I said Jason was going last. Why is Jason going right now?
my issue's great. All right, let me go.
Okay, fine. Jason, you just go ahead and go.
So today was pretty much a good day for me. Class wasn't that hard. I bought my brother's birthday gift because his birthday's coming up. I went
What'd you
to a
get him?
Spirit Halloween. I got him a Lego Infinity Gauntlet, like 1-to-1 scale of the Infinity Gauntlet, but it's Lego.
Nice.
I went to a Spirit Halloween, and I also bought Metroid Dread. But you see, there's also like, I kind of feel like I'm wasting my money here because of Metroid Dread. And you might be wondering, oh, Jason, it's a 2D game. Just because it's 2D doesn't mean it doesn't deserve to be $60. And here I am thinking, no, I don't think this game shouldn't be $60 because it's 2D. I have the same problem that I would have with Metroid Dread that I do with Miles Morales, Spider-Man Miles Morales. It's a full price game that is like 5 hours long. That is, I'm.
Yeah, but there are plenty of games that are like that, though. Like, not every game has to be fucking a million hours long.
But they shouldn't be $60.
If it's a fucking AAA developed original game, even if it's a short campaign, it's still going to be $60, and you kind of just got to deal with that.
But
Miles Morales wasn't even $60; it was $50.
It was $70 on PS5.
Oh wow!
Is that true?
Really?
Yeah, PS5 games are $70.
It's $50 on PS4.
Yeah,
so
but it's $70 on PS5, averaging out to $60.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Fuck you, I know what I'm talking about. But also, like, Metroid Dread, like, it's a pretty good game for what I have played. But I looked at howlongtobeat.com. It says it takes 5 hours to beat. $60 for a 5-hour game. Do you know how quickly my sense of time can just absolutely crumble when I'm playing a video game? I could probably complete all of Metroid Dread today if I really want to. I beat all of Zero Mission yesterday.
You also got to realize, like, how many dollars an hour is that?
Yeah, that's $20 per hour. Meanwhile, like, I mean, it's not my favorite game. But Persona 5 is like 200 hours, and I bought it for 25.
Hold on, think about it though. $20 an hour, right? Imagine how many people they're paid to make that game. Look at the credits, sir. It's probably like half the amount of time of the game.
Okay, that's fair, but at the same time, just like, I can get so many more quality games that are way longer for so much less. You know?
That doesn't necessarily discount it being a good game.
No, it doesn't, but if it is good and it does cost less and it is a much longer playtime, like, it's kind of like comparing fucking like Sunny D and Orange Juice. You know? Am I making sense, or do I sound like a crackhead right now?
A little bit of both, I think.
That's how I normally.
Sometimes crackheads make the most sense.
Why is it called a ceiling when it seals the roof from the ceiling?
Why is it called an oven when oven the cold food?
CEIL instead of SEAL? You know.
Why do they call it oven when of in the cold food and out hot eat the food?
How do words?
But and also we could just do 5 issues tonight if we need to. There's no need to like.
Demi's left.
I know Demi left, but I mean, like, Brad can do an issue, Mo can still do 2. And
no, okay, well, actually, and also something I was about to bring up that would perfectly lead into Mo's little side tangent.
Well, he can bring it in as a full issue. It's fine. Just let him do that.
No. If we can do if we could just like knock that out with his
2 birds with 1 stone, Riely.
But if it's just a side tangent, then it doesn't even go in the voting, and that kind of sucks if you've been prepping.
I'm trying to prank call my old work, and they're not answering their phone. This is retarded.
But listen,
I've been pranking them like once ever so often, and like they're not answering. It's not because of my number, because I'm changing my number each time. So.
But that being said, like the whole like thing about games not being long and costing too much, why pay so much for such a short amount of time when you can just emulate it, and this is where Mo jumps in.
Yeah, you can emulate it, and So this pisses me off the most, right? Because today Kotaku put out an article that basically directly specifically said to all of their fucking followers, hey, fuck giving Nintendo, the evil capitalist corporation, money for a fucking product that people have been hyped for and have played for fucking almost 30 fucking years.
Almost 40.
Oh, almost 40. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, it has almost been 40, huh? Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, they fucking told them and wrote an article specifically showing them what emulators they can use that they can just download the fucking game and fucking play it.
They wrote an article. Horrendous.
Specifically Metroid Dread.
Yeah, because it's too hard, and
this is how we dismantle capitalism.
Pirating? Well, hell yeah.
Listen, this is my opinion on emulating, right? Like, I guess the 3DS doesn't count anymore. The PS5 just came out. Emulating PS5 games is illegal. It's the same thing as stealing. PS2 is very old. No one goes into their Walmart and says,
especially for exclusives.
Like PS2, right? Like, no one walks into Walmart and goes, man, I'm going to go buy me a PS2 game, right? Like, so, like, emulating
I'd love to be able to do that. That'd be awesome, but they just don't sell them anymore.
Neither does GameStop, which is really weird.
Well,
like, if it's called a GameStop, you buy everything then.
Let's let Brad finish, because I have a point I want to make too on that.
The point is if they're no longer selling it at all at this point, like, there should be no reason why I can't emulate it so I can at least play this game that I want to play.
Absolutely, exactly.
Yeah, definitely, but here's specifically we're talking about a game that, like, just came out fucking yesterday.
Friday.
So.
Yeah, like 3 days ago.
So whether or not you agree with the price or not, doing that is stealing. If I want to sell my chair that is missing a leg for $3 million, I'm allowed to do that. Now, you as a consumer is allowed not to buy said game, which tells the company,
as a person can steal that chair from you.
But listen, hold on. The whole point of that is, if you don't agree with the price, you don't buy that game, and then the company say, "Oh no, now these people won't buy my game for this price. I think I should lower it."
Yeah, and
but if looting the local Target is now
there are
morally
these things
acceptable,
called monopolies, where that's the only way you can buy said product, and there's no other alternative.
Hold on, I've got some base logic here. So if looting your local Target is now acceptable morally as a member of certain movements, then really I'd say emulating video games that are new is the same thing. Like, what's the problem?
Well, everybody knows that it's never morally wrong to pirate Nintendo products.
No, hold on. No, hold on. No, I like what you said there. Like, they have a monopoly, okay? Art is something that's different. Now, it would be one thing, where, like, it's gas or a house or something like that, where you need it to survive. But something like extra, like, monopolies don't matter. Now,
sorry.
No, listen, hold on. I want to add one more thing. And I forgot what I was going to say, so you go ahead. Never mind.
Oh, well, all right. So, all right, I don't have a problem with, like, emulating old games, because let's be real here. If they're not on the shop and there's no official way to buy, like, say, Blaster Master for the NES, and if it's not on Nintendo or anything, hey, go ahead and fucking do it, because on the Switch right now, they have three emulators that I know about. I think the Sega emulator, Nintendo and Super Nintendo emulator. I have the Nintendo and Super Nintendo emulator on there, and they have all the big hits, and even some games you've never even heard of that are on there, right?
Not all the big hits. They don't have Earthbound. Well, no,
that's why I said so. Oh, fuck Earthbound. God, Earthbound is such fucking... Earthbound is such boring fucking flashy. It wasn't popular back in the day because it was, like, very samey to everything else. And the only reason why Earthbound is fucking popular now because hipsters got a hold of it. And it sort of, like, checked off all the boxes.
It's a great fucking game. What do you mean? I've played it. It's fun.
It's very okay. It's
what
not
about
as
Mother
fun
3?
as Mother 3. Oh, isn't that the same thing?
No, it's the sequel to Earthbound.
I've never played that one.
That's the one that's really good that Nintendo should localize.
But anyway, yada yada yada. as long as it's not on the official store, you can emulate it. But when if Nintendo does come out with, say, that Mario All-Stars triple pack, the more that we buy that, the more that they'll give us good content like that, and they'll re-release.
That was not good content.
No, it was fucking great content. I've never played Mario Sunshine before. I never played Mario Sunshine. I never played that, what was it, the first 3D quote-unquote Sword Mario game where you're going all around the plants and stuff, where that Princess Rosalind or whatever her name is, the tall blonde chick?
Rosalina, you're talking about Mario Galaxy, you
Galaxy,
uncultured
thank you, dude. Mario Galaxy, I think it's my favorite fucking Mario Brothers game of all time. Because I fucking got that triple pack. And as long as we're showing these companies, like, if we give them an incentive, like, hey, these guys are buying our shit again, I'll fucking give you money. But I think it's kind of shitty to pirate a game right off the fucking bat as it comes out. Because then they're just gonna go, wah, piracy, Congress, government, do something bad to them, whittle away what little privacy and rights they have. Lobby, and it's a fucking shitty slippery slope down to shitty, terrible fucking laws that I fucking hate, man. And so that's why I think maybe pirating brand new games isn't the best idea. Maybe wait like a year to do that,
Not
or
even
buy
that,
it on sale.
See, like this is my firm belief. My firm belief that emulating is not okay until the current system is out of date and they quit making it. They move on to another system.
Technically, emulating is okay.
But even then, if they
legal.
re-release it digitally, then you should definitely go for the legal route if you have access to it.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but like Pokemon Blue, like I'm not gonna go buy Pokemon. It's been out for so long.
No, but I would buy it. It's just that, like,
let me give you a moral argument, right? Do you know what the whole idea of copyright? Do you know what the whole idea of that was for?
What was it for, Brad? Tell us.
The whole idea, the history of copyright was originally it was so people, when they make something, they could make money off of it, and then it was supposed to go into the market, and then everyone could do whatever they wanted to it. Okay? But then they lobbied it, and now, if somebody patents something, they have rights to it for their whole life, plus like 100-something years afterwards, or something like that. Something
it's supposed
ridiculous.
To be 50 years after they die.
Yeah, it's something retarded. It's retarded. So, basically, I'm willing to say that whatever money that they're going to make off of Pokemon Red and Blue, they're already made it. So, like, I have no problem emulating it.
Even then, companies like Disney abuse copyright laws, because Mickey Mouse is supposed to be going in public domain for like 8 times in a row now, but Disney fucking like buys their way into getting him back and pulling other shit from public domain into their private property. That's how they got Snow White and Pinocchio and all that shit.
Yeah, definitely. And my argument here is, like, I get what you're saying, Brad, and I definitely agree. For me, it's really just like a personal like preference, where it's like if the system's out of date, if I can't like go into the store and buy the system in a physical copy, I think at that point it is like morally acceptable to emulate. But like I always try to go for the official channels like whenever possible. Like I've bought like PS1 games on my PS3. Like I can easily play those on an emulator, but I'd just rather have them on an official console.
My biggest thing is like fan games. I love playing fan games, right? I always hate it when somebody comes and takes them down, right? Like,
yeah,
for example,
like Nintendo did to another Metroid 2 remake.
That's fucked.
So they can make a shitty 3DS remake of Metroid 2. That was awful.
Did they finish AM2R? Like, is it a complete game?
Yeah.
Barely. Can somebody call this number and see if it works? Because I think Seth did his.
Brad, we're not gonna prank call your fucking work.
No, y'all don't have to prank call them. Just call them and see if their phone number is up. Just like see if they answer and then hang up.
Ask them what their refrigerator is running.
It'll be like, hey, do y'all have any ramen in? Just say, do y'all have ramen packets there? And then
do you have shrimp fried rice?
Can I speak to the shrimp?
They don't have that. The store manager's not there. I just need to know if this number is working because I've called from 3 different numbers and all 3 numbers they didn't even answer. I called from a Florida number, a Georgia number, and then finally a Missouri number. They didn't answer any of it.
Shit, I had a point. I was gonna say something.
You did have a point, but now it's gone, so what are you gonna do now?
It is gone, you're right. And this did end up feeling more like a discussion than an issue, so I'm glad we decided to do it the way that we did.
Yeah. I also, real quickly, just like real quick, one sentence.
Sure.
I don't know if it was Congress, but emulation technically is legal, and it's even seen as official competition. I just want to make note of that.
Yeah, wasn't there a court case with like that fucking PS1 emulator?
Yes.
That won out? Yeah, okay. But what I was gonna say is here's the moral question. I've heard this brought up in discussions about emulation, so I want to see your guys' take on it. So there's this brand new game, right? Now let's talk about, let's use Metroid Dread as a particular example.
Metroid Dread?
Metroid Dread is the particular example.
Yeah,
so
I didn't know there was a Dread.
Do you guys think there's anything morally wrong at all with somebody who goes and buys Metroid Dread, they purchase the game,
and then plug it into an emulator?
But then they want to play it on their computer, so they just download a ROM and play it on an emulator.
No, and here's different. No. Hold on. No, and here's hold on. No, and here's why. Because there is a law attached to specifically that. As long as you have the official copy, like a digital or physical copy of that, if you're just downloading a ROM as a backup to that copy that you already legally bought, not a big deal, not an issue. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's completely different.
Well, also, you can just straight up take, like, the game data from, like, your SD card or whatever if you, like, buy it digitally, and you can plug it into your computer and drag it into the emulator. So it's still the official copy you bought, just on a different platform. You know? That's how my favorite YouTuber decided to run his emulator of Majora's Mask. He downloaded it on the Wii U and then just dragged the ROM file.
That's dedication.
Yeah, he's made multiple videos on the legality of fucking emulation.
But, fuck. Okay, so, Jason, did you have any other points you wanted to make about short but expensive games, before we move on to another issue?
Yes, they make me feel not good about myself, so I don't like them.
That's fair. No, I could definitely understand, like, kind of, like, hesitating on buying a game. It's like, I want to play this game, but it's really expensive, and it's really short, so, like, I don't know if it's worth the money. Like, kind of...
Go on.
That's part of the reason why I haven't bought Sonic Colors Ultimate yet. Of course, there's the bugs, but, like, I think they fixed a lot of that, and also it's not as big of a deal on the PS4 version as it is on the Switch. But another reason is, like, Sonic Colors is a really short fucking game. I remember that.
Let's go.
To spend $40 on Sonic Colors, it's like, I don't know if I want to do that.
Okay, two things. Okay, one, while at Best Buy, like, buying Metroid Dread, I ran into an old friend there, and I, like, showed him that I was gonna buy Metroid Dread, and he was like, oh, I'm considering getting a Switch just for that game. And, like, if you're actually gonna, like, buy a $300 console purely for a 5-hour game, you know? I like straight up told him, get multiple games because Metroid Dread won't last you long enough. And then, second of all, I just got a text from Ridley saying, does abortion count as a pre-game kill?
Wow. I don't know. Does it? I think it does. But anyway, I'm ready for my issue, and this is going to be a little bit of a somber one, folks.
All right, folks, that's the show for today. Jello, where can they find you at?
Haha.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a more somber issue. There's something I really need to bring into attention. I'm late to the party on this one. I kind of forgot who this guy was, but like now that I remember and like I've seen more of his shit, just the fact that he's been taken away from us is so, it's so tragic.
Taken away?
My largest issue in the Galaxy today is the death of Norm Macdonald.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fucking A, man.
Is that why you asked me about him earlier?
Well, I've just been getting into his shit lately. That's what reminded me.
Oh man, what an awful way to fucking get exposed to his shit, man.
How
I
did
know,
he die?
like it was such. I kind of knew of him like somewhat, but I didn't even know him by name. Like I knew of him before because he played. I'm a really big fan of My Name Is Earl, and he played Little Chubby, which is a supporting character in My Name Is Earl, and I knew him from that, but like I never knew him by name. And I looked into him after he died, and like I saw a lot of his like really good material, and like a lot of material that I was aware of. I just didn't like really realize that it was him. Like Norm the Genie from Fairly Odd Parents, that was Norm Macdonald, and I loved that character as a kid. There's Yaphet, the fucking blob from the Orville. That was Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite characters on the Orville.
The fucking pigeon in Mike Tyson Mysteries, bro.
Yep.
I just started getting into Mike Tyson Mysteries, and Norm Macdonald as the pigeon is so fucking funny.
It really sucks because Norm Macdonald's one of those guys where if he's in the show and it gets popular, it's popular because he's like
because of Norm Macdonald.
And like without it in there, the show is gonna fucking suffer. And I don't know what could replace fucking Pigeon in Mike Tyson's Mysteries because everyone together is pretty funny. But
are they gonna continue that show?
I think that show's been done since like 2018.
Oh, has it? Oh, that's a shame. That's a good fucking show.
I guess the Orville is coming back, and they confirmed that Norm already finished recording for Yaphet, so he's going to be in the next season.
That's going to be sad. That's going to be hard to watch.
That's just like an all-around.
It's good that he finished it.
Yeah. Like, it's good that Stan Lee managed to finish up filming all of his cameos and all of his work before he passed.
What was, like, the first Marvel movie that didn't have a Stan Lee cameo?
Incredible Hulk.
No, I mean, like, currently, like, after his death, what was the first one that, like, didn't have him?
Endgame? Endgame, I think.
No, Endgame had one. He was a hippie.
Yeah, Endgame had a Stan Lee cameo.
Oh, okay. I honestly don't know.
Was it Ant-Man and the Wasp? No, that was before Endgame.
Yeah, it was before Endgame.
I'm an idiot. It was probably the Eternals then, or Black Widow.
Oh, he did not miss either one of those, man. It's like,
really?
Sorry. No. Like, he didn't miss anything not being in those, man, because those two movies sucked.
I didn't watch the Eternals or Black Widow. I'm interested in the Eternals.
Wait, is Eternals a movie?
Eternals is a movie.
No, it's a show.
I thought it was a show.
What am I thinking of then?
You're thinking of...
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know which one you're thinking about.
There was a new MCU movie that wasn't based on any of the like current MCU properties.
Shang-Chi.
No, that's like a Doctor Strange spinoff. I'm telling you there was a movie for the Eternals.
Whoa, you're instantly gonna like fucking call the Asian movie a spinoff? That's kind of racist.
Because Shang-Chi was already a character in Doctor
Asian
Strange.
hate.
Fuck you.
No, he wasn't.
Hashtag stop
Wasn't
Asian
he?
hate.
No.
Oh.
He's a character from Doctor Strange in there, but it's not Shang-Chi.
All Chinese people look alike to Riely. I see how it is.
Yeah, unfortunate that I had that misconception. It really looks bad on
All Chinese
me.
people look alike to Riely. He's so racist.
Yeah,
Cancel
Riely.
him.
Yeah,
Cancel
Riely.
him.
Yeah,
Cancel
don't you?
Tiny people look like that.
Don't you know we live in a society? You piece of shit.
You cancel him. I'm done with Riely.
Hashtag
He's
cancel
racist.
Riely.
He thought all Chinese people looked alike. He's racist.
Yeah, but anyway, the death of Norm Macdonald. So, God, he's so funny. Like,
you think you're gonna distract from the I'm racist with the oh my god this man died? No.
We lost Norm Macdonald. Tragic.
This
I'm
man,
so
this
not
man is
proud of
trying
this
to use
community.
another man's death as a cover for him being racist.
Oh my god, does it get
Fuck
any more
off.
embarrassing, Riely?
Fuck off. Shut the fuck up. But anyway, to get back to the issue at hand.
The issue of your racism.
You
Alright,
clan member.
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Norm Macdonald, I just wish I had been into his work more, like, when he was actually alive. Because, like, there's so much good shit. Like, I've seen so many, like, stupid videos of Norm Macdonald, like, making really funny jokes. And his delivery is something special. Like, I could try to make one of Norm Macdonald's jokes and it's gonna hit terribly, but then Norm Macdonald makes the joke and it's fucking hilarious. Norm Macdonald is where I got that frog joke that I told you, Jason, and it was fucking terrible when I told it to you.
Oh yeah, you said it because you messed it up like 8 times in a row.
Yeah. It's really funny with Norm Macdonald, though. It's really good. 9/11 was a national tragedy. That was a good Norm Macdonald bit.
Yeah, one of my favorite 9/11 jokes. Yeah, one of my favorite 9/11 jokes from him was, 9/11 happened, and then I went to the rubble. I was looking for my brother. Turns out he was in like northern Canada the entire time.
Yeah, what same bit? Like the best part about it was like Norm Macdonald. He made like a 9/11 joke, like to a guy, and then he was like kind of laughing about it, and then Norm Macdonald just like very somberly is like, "But 9/11 was a national tragedy," and then the guy like kind of laughs a little bit. He's like, "Yes, it was." And then Norm's like, "Why'd you laugh at that?"
Yeah, dude, like Norm Macdonald is like one of the ultimate trolls. Like he started trolling people before people knew what to call it.
Bro, I think these 9/11 jokes are just plain wrong, so I'd like for us to move on.
Yeah, I think these jokes are really crashing.
Yeah, just plain wrong.
They're plain wrong.
9/11.
9/11 was a national tragedy.
We're making puns and then Mo just goes 9/11.
Hey, did y'all see where that one person they broke the record for the most stories gone through in like a couple seconds for 9/11 victims?
Anyway.
So Norm Macdonald. And it's just like, it's a case of like, I don't know if he wasn't that old, was he? Like, how old was he?
66, but he had he was battling cancer. I don't remember what kind of cancer it was, but it just got to him.
Cancer always fucking takes people too soon. Yeah, fuck
What's
cancer.
the opposite of a shout out? I want to give that answer.
The opposite to a shout out is like calling somebody out. Like, Riely Brooks.
Hey,
I'm just
calling cancer out.
No, I'm about to call Riely Brooks out for being a racist to Chinese people.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to cancer.
Yo. But yeah, it's like, nobody's immune to it. Cancer's a big deal, and like it takes legends like Norm Macdonald. And then there's a sub-issue to the death of Norm Macdonald that I want to get into for a minute. I don't want to dwell on it, because they did talk about it on that other show that has nothing to do with us. That other show that is not even close to our premise. Biggest problem
in the universe?
Yeah, that show. It has nothing to do with us, but I am talking about that show.
I actually have an issue. It's called pussyfooting. That's what you're doing.
But on that show, they talked about Norm Macdonald a little bit, and they talked about how right after he died, some woman accused him of like touching her butt without consent or something. And, it's such a fucking shame.
And her smoking gun was a picture where you can't see fucking anything. So the bitch made it up to get fucking internet clout, and the best part about that thing was, everyone called her out on it immediately, and the shit fucking died. So, like, her, clout attempt to, what's the word I'm looking for? To bank off a dead dude's fucking, demise, fucking backfired on her spectacularly.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like, it happens all the time. Like, legends will die. Like, Norm Macdonald, even like Stan Lee. Do you remember when fucking Stan Lee died and like an article came out about it and it was like, Stan Lee died, blah, blah, blah. And at the end of the article, it was like, Stan Lee was recently accused of sexual deviancy or whatever the fuck.
This person died. And because this person is dead, they can't refute our arguments.
This man died, and as he died, he left a note in his hand that says, I raped him. I did it.
He died as he lived, grabbing women's asses.
Imagine dying.
As he was choking, he reached down and accidentally grabbed the woman by her boob. And now he's getting chewed from the grave for everything.
Can you imagine? Oh, what a way to go!
I tried to give him CPR and he groped me.
He said something bad about sex workers and OnlyFans.
No. Have y'all seen that big thing where that woman sued this man? It was a long time ago, but she was drowning.
I think I know what you're talking about.
So this Karen, like, he's sitting there and he's giving her like the CPR or whatever, where he's like mouth to mouth, and then she like sued him for raping her because she didn't give him permission to do that. Like, oh my god, like
you can't if it's
should have just let you die, bitch. Like, what the fuck?
I remember that, I remember that.
To make it worse, they interviewed the guy, and the guy, somebody made that comment, like, you should have just let her die, and he's like, nah, I would never do that. Like, I'm still glad I saved her. It really felt good. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Oh, this guy is such a hero. Fuck this bitch.
He did it too. He's like, nah, dude, she's an asshole. I'm gonna make sure everybody knows it.
Yeah, people are disgusting sometimes. Like, fucking just going for clout. It's so fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's so disgusting when people think all Chinese people look alike. I can't stand when people do that shit.
Now it's just getting kind of lame.
Fuck off.
We're overusing the joke. What is this? The lion debate?
Oh my fucking god, shut up. Have we asked Brad about that yet?
Yes, we have. And he gave the wrong answer.
Yeah, of course he did, because he's fucking
definitely
smart.
Pokemon, always.
Thank you.
It's not even if I could...
God, you're just so wrong.
Okay, listen. Statistically, like, think of like Kyogre using Surf with like every Pokemon using Helping Hand with it. Like, you just...
Yeah, there are so many scenarios in which the Lions don't stand a fucking chance, especially considering they're like
the Voltron mechs.
And you can't say, oh, well, they're just a bunch of dumb animals. Like, Alakazam has an IQ of 4,000. They have like the world's greatest general.
I thought you said
one of them is God. One of them is just God.
I've already counterclaimed this, bro.
Yeah, but there's God. It's God and like a bunch of other like legendary. It's not just God. They're not just fighting God. They're fighting God and like 30 other demigods, and then like a bunch of like fucking dragons and fucking.
I already explained this shit.
Hey, go ahead. I'm waiting. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna plug my podcast and say you're gonna have to listen to that if you want an answer.
Never mind then.
Just because they die, just because you can kill God in an RPG, it's not just God.
It takes an average of 7. Takes an average of 7 per RPG party members. All right. So what's 1 billion divided by 7? I'll get
party members have like magic and superpowers. These are just lions.
Okay, well, not lion. Sorry, he has magic.
We're not. It's so fucking stupid.
No, have y'all? Hold on. Gel, has he taken into the account that 1, they could use Quick Guard to protect that specific Pokemon, and 2, that Pokemon has recovery and clerics, such as Heal Pulse and Wish and all sorts of just random bullshit. Plus, let's say 7 lions could take down Arceus, right?
Okay.
Then another
There's
Pokemon
no Sora.
uses Lunar Dance and brings that Pokemon back, and now 7 more lions has to take down the same thing.
What?
Lunar Dance is a move where a Pokemon gives it up its entire HP and heals the next party member up to 100%. So let's say each Pokemon takes 7 lions to defeat them, right? After the 6th lion, that Pokemon uses Lunar Dance and brings the other Pokemon back.
Okay. Let's just... In that case, it's just a simple numbers game. Who has bigger numbers? Are you going to sacrifice 6 Pokemon? Are you going to sacrifice 1 Pokemon per 6 lions? Okay, let's say you do. That's you're still being ratioed by the lions.
But you're not being ratioed, though, because you're just, like, bouncing back and forth between two of the 2 same Pokemon, because one can just revive the other over and over in perpetual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you agree that if lions had a type, they would be normal type, right?
I would agree with that.
The average lion, yes.
What do you mean the average lion? Name a lion that isn't normal type. Go ahead, go.
Oh, here we go. Here's
Thor from
Jason's
Kingdom
fucking
Hearts,
bullshit.
Mari from Final Fantasy X, Voltron. Let's see.
No. We said
The
1,000 normal lions. When we talk about lions,
No, we didn't. We never specified what type of lions. All right.
No, let's stop. We're gonna get too deep into this. Fuck off. Come on. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, Norm Macdonald was taken too soon. Fuck cancer. Fuck people for trying to cancel people when they're already dead. Norm Macdonald should be remembered as the legend that he is. And if you gonna talk shit about somebody who just fucking died, then maybe you should die. Satirically in Minecraft, of course.
No,
but you know,
no, that's actually.
Is it my turn? Is it my turn?
I mean, I was gonna, since we usually have guests go last, I was gonna have Mo go again before you went.
Oh no!
His side tangent was his.
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. I got confused. Yeah, it is your turn, Brad. Go ahead.
So has anyone here played Undertale?
I have.
You have all the way through.
Yeah.
No.
Well, not all playthroughs, but I got a pacifist, genocide, and neutral.
Okay. So have you heard of Deltarune?
Yes, of course. I've played both chapters.
My largest issue is that game isn't out yet, and I want it to be out because it's going to be great.
Well, it's probably going to take a shorter time for Chapter 3 to come out than it did.
So your issue is Deltarune isn't out yet. Got it.
Has already said that he's
2/7 of it is now.
Hold on. Toby Fox had already said that you're going to have to buy the next chapters, and he's not going to release Chapter 3 out until 4 and 5 are done. And then he's going to release 3, 4, and 5 all together.
Good on him.
So that's going to take a ridiculously long amount of time, and that's an issue. That's terrible. It's the largest issue in the galaxy.
Brad, you're supposed to do these for like 15 minutes.
All right, so I'll make something else up then. I think it is fucking stupid that when you go to apply for like rent for places, they want you to have rent history.
Okay.
All right, so Brad's issue is not Deltarune isn't out yet because he didn't have enough material. It's rent history, the requirement of rental history.
That is dumb. Like, if you want to require me to have a job for so long, that's fine. But how in the hell am I supposed to have rent history if I haven't rented anywhere before in my life? And I can't get a place to rent because I don't have any rent history. So how am I able to obtain rent history without having the ability to like rent somewhere? It's dumb.
Yeah, it's like a huge fucking paradox, right? Because it's like, how am I supposed to fucking have rental history if I can't rent without rental history? Like, that's so fucking stupid. It's like, and it's the same thing as like,
the only loophole is you have to stay in a motel, which is like an extra $5,000 a month, depending on where you're staying. It's just dumb.
Yeah, that is pretty fucking stupid. And it's like, it's the same thing as like, you know, when it's like a job is like, oh, you have to have 5 years of experience, entry level position, 5 years of experience. It's like, where the fuck am I getting this experience then?
Yeah, it is fucked.
It's worse for a job because there's always other jobs out there. Whereas with this, like, it's like my home. I have to live there, or I live nowhere.
Yeah, you have to find a place to live. Exactly.
And a lot of people won't even rent to you if you're 18 years old. You have to be 21 years or older.
It's so stupid.
That's another issue that I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the first issue, right? Being the requirement of having to be 21 years or older to rent somewhere is dumb. It's maddening.
We're just gonna go with the requirement of rental history. You're supposed to like pick one issue and go with it, Brad.
Just live with your parents until you're 21, then.
You can't. Okay, so last time I talked to my dad, I kind of told him to go fuck off. So that's not an option.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Brad living with his parents would be the worst case scenario. Like Brad living on the side of the street with like a little snack.
It's not a worst case scenario. It is no scenario.
No, I know it's not going to happen, but I'm saying like that's like.
My dad's kind of in jail now as well, so it's like it's not gonna happen physically. It's not gonna happen. Not possible.
Well, I mean, your mom and your brother are still there. Did you put your dad in jail?
No, I didn't put him in jail. But now she's not even living in her own place now. She's living with a friend.
Oh, okay.
She has nowhere to go. But I'm doing
Fuck.
fine. I got me a roof and I got a microwave, and it's great.
Brad lives in a fucking
essentials.
gas station.
The essentials,
I
microwave and a
chair
roof.
yesterday. I bought a chair yesterday. It was great. I have a chair now.
I would love to live that life though, low key, just like in like a little room. Like I don't even need
No,
that
you
much shit. Like
wouldn't.
I would.
It's a little room, and it's got a coffee maker, a microwave, a stove, a fridge, and a bathroom, and that's it. And
Where
the
you
fridge
sleep?
and stove, the bathroom, and the bed all came included. $800 a month. Bed sheets were not included.
Whatever, bed sheets aren't that expensive. They're fucking bed sheets. Buy some fucking shitty ass bed sheets.
Roaches were included, unfortunately, but raid spray helped.
Roaches are included. They're part of the rental payment. You don't have to pay extra for the roaches. They're free. Complimentary roaches.
Complimentary roaches and, a busted up ass fucking fridge. I remember having that when I was younger.
The fridge is actually brand new.
Oh,
See, what happened is this hotel was hot garbage. It was terrible. And so some rich guy bought it because he owns hotels, and he's fixing it up. But like I wouldn't even call it a hotel, right? Because it's actually a hotel. It's not even like a freaking an apartment, right? But listen, right? The hotel comes with a fridge, a stove, and a kitchen and a bathroom, right? It's one room, $800 a month. Okay, the bed sheets aren't included, and they give you like one small ass table and a chair. Like it's not even a hotel. It's more like mini apartments that you pay every month.
The little baby apartment.
Which is sad because this hotel doesn't require rent history, so I was able to move into it.
Damn.
That's how low my standards went. My standards was like, do you require rent history? And they were like, no. And I was like, let's go. And no, what's even more stupid is they want to sit there and they want to be like, they don't want to tell you, oh, we're going to reject your application. They're going to be like, nah, we want you to pay $35 to fill out this application, and then we'll tell you yes or no based off your application. Then they look at your application and they look at rent history and they say, oh, he's got none. No. Thank you for the $35. I appreciate it.
yeah, that's almost a fucking scam, man. I had that problem like back in the day when I was first starting out. They make it really, really hard because like I think it's just another scam to, hey, you want your kids to move out, right? Well, you gotta do something because they have no rental history. Well, maybe you should co-sign, and since they don't really know how to budget, they're going to default on their fucking rent, and you're going to pay it. If you don't pay it, since mommy and daddy have the money, they'll get the money somehow. It's just a default. It's just to make people go into fucking debt, man.
No, I don't know how to budget money, though.
Well, I'm saying I get what
you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, you got dad, and he's like, man, I really don't want to pay for this shit, though, boy. You get out, son. My dad didn't even make sense. I was fixing to work 70 hours a week, and I was fixing to make $2,000 every 2 weeks. And I was given like 95.
Why'd you say that instead of $1,000 per week?
I don't know, because I think of increments of 2 weeks, because that's usually when I get paid.
Okay.
Is every 2 weeks. So that's like my first instinct. I get paid every week now because I got 2 jobs.
Nice.
Dude, I would be so piss poor at budgeting, like more than I already am, if I got paid every 2 weeks, because I would waste that shit like immediately on something lavish and then just be fucked.
Wait, you get paid every week?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I have something called daily pay. So every day I get paid, they give me like half that day's pay, and I have access to it if I want it.
Oh yeah, I have that too, but I try to avoid it because it's a trap I don't want to fall in, because then I get my real paycheck and it's shitty and it's like, fuck. Damn it, I should have just waited.
You get your paycheck and it's like $5. This is what you learned today.
Well, daily pay only really lets you take half of it, but it's like still, it's like I have a $300 paycheck and then it comes through and the real paycheck's like $190 because I fucking went ham on daily pay, and it's like, oh, I should have done that. Fuck.
Oh, they let you pay. They let you take half of what you earned that day. Is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, that's what it is. Yeah.
do you have to sign up for it, or can you like walk up one day and be like, "Yo, I want to do it"?
No, you sign up for it's like a digital thing. You have to like pay a fee too. It's a small fee, but you have to pay a fee.
Oh, I see. It's like, okay, you want your paycheck today for a cost of $20,000?
It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a big trap. It's daily pay is a trap you don't want to fall into. Don't become reliant on it, Mo. That's my advice.
Oh no, I know what I'm doing.
Okay, good.
I haven't,
I don't know why I'm giving financial advice to a fucking 40-year-old.
No, it's all good, man. At least you're trying.
Right, Riley's over here like, look, I live at home, and Mo's this whole full-edged like adult with his
As
own
an
life.
expert in the field.
But yeah, Brad, work in call centers. It's better. Just do it.
I can't because there's none near me. I live. See, I moved here, right? And I thought, man, this is a city, man. I'm gonna live here in the city. And then now I'm here, and everybody's like, bro, this is a small town. And I'm like, no.
Brad, are you cool with me saying what state you're in? Because it's really funny. It makes this funny.
I don't care. Go ahead.
He's in fucking Arkansas. It's like the most backwoods state.
I didn't even think that existed up until you just said so. Like I've heard no. Okay, jokes aside, I've never heard anybody bring up Arkansas in a conversation, any other than can you name the 50 states? Like
No,
not
that's
even
Delaware. Nobody trustworthy has ever been to Delaware, so I don't think it's real.
Nobody trustworthy.
No. I've only ever heard of one person going to Delaware, and it was like my friend's ex-boyfriend who cheated on her. So obviously not trustworthy.
Cameron Jones.
Jones.
That's his name, bro.
Yeah, it is. 100%. No, but yeah. Only one person I've ever even heard of like directly being in Delaware, and it was like some fucking asshole. So I don't think Delaware's real. I think it's fake.
No, you meet somebody from Delaware for the first time, and your first question is like, "Are you an asshole too?"
Can I trust you? Are you trustworthy?
What a Imagine if somebody starts a conversation like that. Are you trustworthy? What a power play that would be.
Listen, I'm gonna be straight up and honest with you. I don't think Delaware is real. You say you're from Delaware. I need to know that I can trust you to change that opinion that Delaware isn't real, because I don't think it is.
You say Delaware isn't real. I'm inclined not to believe you.
I'm unaware of Delaware.
Okay, kill yourself, actually. That was so bad. That was the worst joke I've ever heard.
Nah, this place. I was sitting here. Right, and someone used their code on my door because the door has like a PIN password.
And what is that PIN password? Asking for no reason at all.
I just had it changed because this person typed in my PIN password and walked through the door, and met me and my friend. We were messing with his crossbow, so they came straight face to face with us with a crossbow, and said, "Oops, wrong room," and walked out immediately. My pin is 1985. My pin is 1985 from the song 1985.
Okay.
His pin is literally 1984.
Shut up.
The fucking 1984 meme, bro. It's so funny.
Shut up.
No, my old pin was 1928, but then I had to change it, right? So I thought, man, what's something me and my friend can remember, and we like that song. So I was like, let's name it after this song.
Oh, is that actually your pin?
Yeah.
Nobody knows where he lives. It doesn't matter.
I know, but why would you tell me that? Because now if I ever, find out what city you live, I can probably go from there.
You're like, oh, if I'm ever in Arkansas, which doesn't exist, but if I'm ever there.
Well, I still have plans for when I'm eventually transported to Bionic Mech.
Arkansas exists because Brad is trustworthy.
Listen, remember, Jason, I just said the last person that entered my home came face to face with a crossbow. So is that
I'm
really
not scared of that shit. I'm from Florida, bitch. I see a crossbow every other day. All of them pointed at my face.
I thought you meant that he walked into your room with a crossbow. Like he had a crossbow in his hand.
No. We have a crossbow in my room, and we were sitting there and we were fucking with it when this person barged into our room. And my friend just kind of lifted it up towards him. And they said, oops.
So your friend just threatened him. Okay.
So yeah, I'm fixing to get a sign too that says "Not your room, don't even try," because like this is like the third time. We're not people walking in. I've had people knock on my door and be like, "Whoa, like is this not so and so's room?" And I'm like, "No, it's not your room." No.
What if you bought like that sign and then you forgot about it and then you can't find your room? It's like this. The sign says it's not my room. Where's my room?
That's stupid.
I don't know. What am I gonna do? You're right, Riley. I didn't think of that. Brad.
Dude, Brad's gonna get drunk and then buy that sign, and then he'll forget he bought that sign.
Shut up.
Dude, I've seen somebody like blackout drunk to the point where like he didn't remember it the next day. It was actually a couple days ago. Like I went out drinking with a buddy, and he got fucked. It was really funny. He fucking.
Oh my god.
Okay. What?
Go on. No, you go on. I'll say.
So here's the story. So this guy, right? We're hanging out, a good friend of mine, and we're drinking. We're enjoying some alcoholic beverages, and he fucking. So he was playing it off really well. Like I couldn't tell that it was that bad. The first sign was that he like spilled a beer all over himself, and I thought he did that on purpose. Like he like jokingly was like, "I'm losing X." Got there, so I went into like the Winn-Dixie that was next to us. I'm like, "Okay, dude, if the Uber comes, tell her it's a grocery store."
What?
Anyway, so I'm like, I get to the Uber. I'm like, hold on a minute, I'm with him, and I'm like, "Hey, time to go." And like, I kind of snap him out of it, and he stands up. And then immediately falls backwards onto the curb.
Oh my god!
And then he gets up again, stumbles into the Uber, and then as we're going home, he's just fucking heckling this Uber driver. Like I felt so bad for her. Like I've never tipped an Uber driver in my life. I tipped this woman $5. I was like, I can't.
Not only did she have a shitty fucking ride, but her, she even got a shittier tip. She probably would have been fine with you giving her no tip.
It wasn't a small. It was a small drive, bro. Like that was like 33% of the fare.
Nah, that's like a $20-$30 fucking tip right there, and an apology, a profuse apology. I'm sorry.
At least he didn't like throw up on her car or anything. I'm sure she's had worse, but
one time, like my family, like my extended family was over. My grandfather was at the front door to pick up the pizza that we got delivered, and like the delivery girl like held out her phone to like for him to like I don't know what it was, but basically my grandfather's the reason that this delivery girl dropped her phone on our pavement front porch and cracked it, and he tipped her $2.
Ooh,
that's really funny.
And my grandfather's like one of those people who's like he's a boomer. Like he still thinks we live in the times where everything is 50 cents. So it was like to hear him explain like why he thinks he's just in a $2 tip. Holy shit.
Nah, old men specifically seem to have like this weird thing. Like I know my grandmother's husband like tips really poorly, and then like my grandma's always like, "No, that's not enough." It's really funny. They argue like every time we go out to eat. Like he'll pull out like a couple bucks as a tip, and she'll be like, "That's not enough. Need more than that."
No, I
they'll argue about it.
I have a tradition that when I go to places, like restaurants and shit, and I go to tip, like Chili's, I was there yesterday, and they like shoved this screen in my face, and they're like, "Here, make sure to tip." And I always tell them, "Nah, I'm not gonna tip," and I always like hide the money somewhere on the table.
They just like find it later. That's really funny.
Yeah, like this one lady. It was really, really awkward because she sat there and she handed me the screen and she was like, "Here, if you want to tip, you could tip right here." And I was like, "Nah, I'll pass." And I like slid the screen back to her. And she looked at me and I looked at her and I was like, I ain't gonna tip. And then I ended up hiding the $5. I ended up hiding the $5 under the plate.
Well, you gotta work for it.
Gotta be quicker than
And then
that.
I'm always super nice though too, right? I'll just be like, nah, I ain't gonna tip. But don't worry, you did a good job. I really appreciate it.
You did a good job, and I appreciate it, but I'm gonna mess with your head.
I did a good job and I appreciate it, but like I'm just like really poor.
Now I'll say it just like that. I don't have any money, and I greatly appreciate the service that you do, but I don't have the money to tip. I apologize. And it's always great. It's always great when I go somewhere and it's like $57 for 2 people.
Chili's is an expensive place. They're probably getting paid a lot. Well, I guess not, because that's when
Chili's is expensive, and I'm waiting tomorrow for the fucking bill, right? Because like I'm going out with a friend to Chili's, and like I know this is pathetic as like a 19-year-old, and I'm sorry to say it. It's a really unfortunate thing to say. I've never paid for myself in like a nice restaurant like Chili's. Like anytime I've gone to Chili's, it's been like with family and they pay.
It's because it's hella expensive, and the only time you can go is with people who are actually like make an actual wage and not like fucking telemarketer wage.
Yeah, definitely no. But I'm going with a coworker, and I assume I'm gonna end up paying for myself, and it's gonna like take like half my paycheck because Chili's is fucking bullshit.
They really
I went there. I expected to pay like $20 and it ended up being $50, and I was like, damn. But it was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
Their food's good, yeah.
Yeah, oh, go ahead, Brad.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
So, I've just made it a tradition at this point to go out with this one friend, like after work every Tuesday. This is the friend I just told the story about. Despite his escapades last time, we're still gonna make it a regular thing. Maybe just with less alcohol or no alcohol at all, preferably. I had a good time though. It was fun. I just was really embarrassed in that Uber.
Is that all we have about renting whatever?
About the requirement of rental history? Yes, I think so.
It's bullshit.
Brad, did you have any final thoughts? Okay.
It's bullshit. It shouldn't exist. I'm fine with job history. Job history's fine. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And hold on. I'll say it this. I'm fine with them asking rental history and the fact of like, hey, like, did you destroy any of the homes that you've been at like prior to coming here? Like, that's fine. It just pisses me off, but it's like, if you haven't stayed anywhere before in your entire life, you can't stay here. That's what pisses me off.
Then how do you find a place to stay on your own?
You don't. That's the problem.
I guess you can always
I think the real thing is like you have to like rent from like a friend, right? Like you live in a friend's basement and you pay rent, and then that's rental history, and then they can call them a reference and they'll be like, oh yeah, he paid his rent on time every week. It's cool.
Yeah, you could do that. Or like what I was gonna do is you stay at a motel, which some motels have a monthly rate, and if they do, it's usually like $1,000 or so a month. Plus, they don't provide you a kitchen or a fridge or anything like that, so you have to eat out every day. Okay, and then you take your receipts and you take them to the fucking people, and you're like, okay.
I mean, you could get like a mini fridge and like a griddle, and in the end of the day, you'll save money, even though it'll be like an investment up front.
You could do a griddle. Depending on where you're staying, you can't do a mini fridge because they might say no.
Really?
Why? That's like the most harmless thing.
They cost electricity, and they don't want you doing it. It's fair. A lot of hotels. See, like this one hotel I was at, right? A lot of hotels, what they'll do is they'll say, okay, yeah, you can stay for a month, but then after that month, you've got to go. You can't stay here and rent for months and months and months and months. Like you have to do. So you'd have to literally like stay at one place for a month and then go around and find somewhere else to go. Sometimes, depending on where you're at. If you have an extended stay American near you, that's great because they'll let you do that shit. They don't give a fuck.
No, but apparently that company is kind of shitty. Like I know, there's a YouTuber I like who she reserved a room with them when she was going to too many games this year.
Oh yeah.
They
Trixie Bird and Riely.
Yeah, Trixie Bird and Riely just got fucked over.
And mint salad.
Mint salad. Yeah.
They all got fucked by extended stay. Funny little story. I fucking made a little tangent about that on my Twitter profile, and Extended Stay replied to me. I told them, hey, this didn't happen to me. This happened to them. Please make it right, or I'm not going to use your services. And I told Trixie and Riely about that. So hopefully they got a few nights or whatever free from them.
Hopefully. I really hope that situation was made right. Because I do feel bad for Trixie and the gang getting fucked over by hotel bullshit. And it's like, this is obviously like such an issue that has like persisted in America for like long enough. There's like a Seinfeld bit about it. So like, this is like something that hotels pull like a lot.
When
and
was
it's so
Seinfeld?
fucking
I don't
stupid.
even remember.
That was like the 90s, bro.
I'm trying to remember if it was 80s or 90s. I don't know. Jerry Seinfeld's not funny.
Fuck you.
Hey, Seinfeld is funny.
I don't like the B movie.
Can we talk about the cancellation of Jerry Seinfeld? I want to research that more and then talk about it next
there
week,
is no
actually.
cancellation of Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld doesn't give a shit.
No, but it's funny. Like, there was like some big uproar about like something in the B movie recently. Like, Jack, who our buddy Jack was telling me about it.
Gel, are you into Gaster?
The Gaster?
Gaster, like from Undertale?
No, I don't like theorizing like that on video games.
Oh, man, it's sad. Because chapter 1 and 2, Roddy, like I've literally spent the last 40 hours of my life, like on my time off, just on that guy.
You want to know my honest thoughts on Gaster?
Go ahead.
I think he was just meant to be a reference to Oboa from Yume Nikki.
You could say that, but it's very heavily implied that he's the whole knight in the fucking Delta region. So I'm gonna laugh when he is, because Javel went insane by Gaster, and that's a proven fact. Well, it's not really a proven fact, but it's heavily implied. It's heavily implied that fucking Spam to Neo was influenced by Gaster. When you make your first character in the fucking Deltarune, it's called a Goner Maker in the files and shit.
Cool.
There's a lot.
Alright, well, I think it's about time to wrap this episode up in a bow. Tie it up, put it under the tree.
Damn,
for
that's
Christmas
like an hour
morning.
and a half again.
Yeah. I'm liking this hour and a half.
This one was solid.
Man. Yeah, it's a solid one.
Don't be a bitch about it, though. Come on.
I don't like 2.5 hour podcasts, man. It makes me like by the hour and a half mark. I'm like, hey, can we wrap this up? I want to play video games.
Wait a minute, Mo, hold on. We forgot something very important.
What?
You motherfucker.
Did you watch another Spider-Man movie?
No, you did not.
No, well, there's only the two. Oh, fuck.
There's like 2 other series.
What? Oh, yeah, shit, I forgot all about that. And I need to watch Into the Spider-Verse, because I haven't watched that one yet.
Oh, that's good.
Is that what you're going to do next? Is that the next week on Mo Spider-Man?
Okay, yeah, and I promise I'll like keep it down to like 10 minutes, because you are right, y'all are right, Demi was right. I did take way too fucking long reviewing that one, because I liked it so much. Like, you can tell that I like something if I actually go into a lot of details about some shit.
Marvel and then complete garbage and should not exist.
Well,
I mean, Into the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse should exist.
I really did like the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. I didn't like the second. Hold on, I didn't like the second one as much as I did the first one, but I'm really, really hard to please when it comes to Spider-Man, because the studios have fucked up so much that, and I don't think there'll ever be a good Fantastic Four movie. I think it's just fucking impossible. Like, I think
don't know.
maybe
The
one
MCU
day
is
there will
bringing
be
in Fantastic Four now.
I fucking really hope not, man, because they'll just fuck it up like everyone always fucks it up.
They are. It's confirmed that they are, so we'll see
what
happens.
There's no such thing as a good Fantastic Four adaptation.
They've confirmed at this point that now
the cartoons were kind of cool for its time, but they don't hold up to now, though.
Yeah,
but they were still cool for the time.
It's confirmed at this point that now that Disney owns Fox, they straight up said, like, yeah, we're doing Fantastic Four and X-Men for the MCU.
Man, the fucking monopoly that fucking Disney has needs to be broken with a fucking hammer.
They don't need it. It's not a monopoly. I think they should own all of Marvel, because not being able to use some of Marvel characters and having them split up into different universes because of licensing bullshit is fucking stupid. They should own Spider-Man. They should own the X-Men. They should own everybody so they can adapt comic book stories that have everybody.
Then they'll ruin Spider-Man and X-Men with terrible stories.
Well, like, to be honest, like, X-Men has been really shitty since X-Men 3.
I like Days of Futures Past.
I don't like Days of Past and the future of Days in the present, but in the future.
I think, regardless, Marvel is owned by Disney, but regardless
Logan
of Marvel...
was a great movie.
Logan was good.
Yeah.
Logan was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, regardless of Marvel being owned by Disney, I think that Marvel should own all of Marvel.
I don't think so. I think there needs to be... I think it's fucking cooler when there's cross-promotion. Like, it's fucking cool. Like, you know, like how... Who Framed... I know, but there should be. There should be. Like, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a great fucking movie. Why? Because it's two giant fucking studios fucking coming together to make an awesome fucking product. Once you have everything under one umbrella, the standards and the ideas that they have, it's kind of gone, and now it's only up to one interpretation.
Sure,
I'd rather have studios fight. I'd rather have studios fight over like the direction something should go than to get
Riley,
one
are you
fucking
just not
voice
learning
and one
about
product.
the concept of market competition?
No, but I'm saying, but they're all Marvel characters. They were all made by Marvel, so I think if Marvel's trying to make this whole, like, cinematic movie universe, they should have access to all of their characters.
I wouldn't have so much of a problem if they didn't gobble up the entire fucking companies that have those fucking things as well. Like,
they're not gonna gobble up Sony.
Oh, you say that. You say that now.
Say that
Sony
now.
doesn't.
No one
Sony
ever
doesn't
thought that
rely
Fox.
on Spider-Man.
No one ever
specifically.
fucking thought that Fox would ever be owned by Disney or that Sega would ever be bought up by Nintendo. But it fucking happened.
Sega was not bought by Nintendo.
Yes, they were.
It's close
Sonic
to
is multi-platform. They're a third-party developer.
No,
Sega doesn't just make Sonic.
No, Sega is bought up by Nintendo, though.
No,
they're
they're
still
not.
a company. Yes, they are. They're
Sega
fucking.
games are
They're,
multi-platform. They're not Nintendo exclusive.
It's Brad's turn. I just Googled this shit. It says, although Sega is not owned by Nintendo, they do have the rights of many Sega games. So no, Nintendo did not buy Sony.
All right, so we're both right and wrong at the same time. Okay, I can live with
Disney
that.
owns most of Marvel.
I don't like the fact that they own Deadpool. That pisses me off.
Can I?
No, but they're gonna be cool with Deadpool. They're keeping it rated R.
This whole argument right
Everybody
now.
shut up and let's just end the episode.
I can end this whole argument right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Marvel and DC are both garbage.
No, fuck you. Shut up.
I like this guy.
I like My Hero Academia. Look at me, I'm
awful.
Brad.
Oh, wait, Brad, do you actually?
My Hero Academia is not bad.
Oh, okay. Now I'm inclined to agree with Riley.
I haven't been able to get past
Marvel
the
and
first
DC
episode
are bad
of that yet. I'm
because
bored
My
as shit.
Hero Academia is good. Fuck you.
No. Listen, I don't necessarily hate those because of My Hero Academia. The only reason why I hate Marvel and DC is because, like, there isn't a cohesive story. It's like, here's a plot. We made a series about it. Okay,
that's
and then
fair.
a couple months later, now let's make a whole new plot. Throw out this whole old plot that we already created and make a whole new universe for no reason.
Yeah, I can agree with that, Brad.
Okay.
No, but that's good. That can be good.
When I read,
it's not good though.
When I read a story, I want a beginning, I want a middle, and I want an end. I don't want a beginning and a middle, and then
a
halfway
beginning.
through the middle, we say, you know what? Fuck this story. I'm gonna make the exact same story with a different actor. I'm gonna change a couple bits and make a whole new beginning and a middle, just to repeat the same thing that I did the first 5 times again. If I asked you, okay, I want to learn about Superman. How do I watch episode 1 of the whole universe? You couldn't tell me.
You watch Superman the Animated Series because it's the best one.
Well, you can always start with ACAD issue 52. You can start with issue 51 of the all new, all different. And meanwhile, with like stuff like manga, you just be like, just start at volume 1, bro.
No, but it's with there being different universes, then you.
The reason why I like My Hero Academia better than Marvel and DC is because there's an episode 1, and you know exactly where to find episode 2.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, let me shut up. I haven't been able to make my argument here. So the thing is, with there being different split off universes with Marvel and DC have been around for a long time. I think having different universes is a great way to shake it up, and like it's really good for if somebody can't just say, I don't like Spider-Man.
Okay,
'Cause
Riely.
there's like 18 different Spider-Man, so like there's a Spider-Man for everybody because they've done
Riely?
it in so many different ways with so many different writing styles, so many different creators and art styles. It's cool that's the way that it is.
Okay,
I like
Riely.
yes.
The thing you're describing is, yeah, it's good. Like, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099, Miles Morales, all that. Is that what you mean, right?
I mean that, and also just like different adaptations of the
Well,
normal
no,
Spider-Man
okay.
story too.
But no. How many times has 616 Spider-Man been redone? And 616 is like the Spider-Man from the first ever issue. Like, how many times has that been redone? If you want to make a new storyline, dedicate it to a completely different universe instead of just redoing the already built up
No,
universe.
but like if
Hold on.
you take that established universe and you adapt it with different art styles and different creators.
I want to make a counterclaim to what Riely said, okay? And this goes all the way back to copyright, right? I love the idea of different universes and all this crap or whatever, but here's how it should go, right? You have the original author that make a story, they end the story. Then it goes to free domain, and then you, Riely, get to make your own Spider-Man universe. And then we can sit here, we can have
causes trash.
Everyone else could have their own Spider-Man. That's how it should go. It shouldn't we shouldn't have the same studio make 8 different versions of a fucking Spider-Man.
It's the same studio, but it's a fucking corporate conglomerate, so they hire different people to make it in their own way.
You tweaking, bro? That's what he just said.
I know, but he's implying that it's like I want different people to make it. That's still what it is. Just because they're being hired by Marvel, it's still different. There's still different people making their own version of Spider-Man. They're just being hired by Marvel.
I get what you're saying, okay, but it's not the same.
No, I get where you're coming from, Brad, but I think that the way that it is fine too, and I think that just saying Marvel and DC are trash.
So listen. If I told you, give me the beginning, the middle, and the end of the canon Spider-Man universe, you could not give me a beginning, middle, and end.
No, because there's different universes. If you're talking, you just pick the one that you want to talk about.
Beginning, middle, and end of 616, there'd be 8 beginnings. That's what he means.
I'm just saying
I don't want to argue about this anymore. Let's end the fucking podcast, please.
Yeah, the second your argument starts to fall apart, you don't want to.
I understand. I understand what Brad is saying. I just don't want to be here for another 2 hours.
I understand why people like them. Like, I don't necessarily think that they're completely god-awful studios, and I understand why people enjoy them. I would still go out and buy a movie ticket and watch fucking Iron Man or whatever. Because, they're good stuff. It pisses me off that I want to sit here and I want to enjoy this story. And I watch a movie and I'm like, man, I'm really into this character. Now where do I go from here? I want to see the continuation of this movie. And you can't.
Then you watch Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3, and then you watch fucking Avengers Endgame. You want to
see Spider-Man 4 from No, now you have to watch fucking Andrew Garfield.
Nah, it's
Spider-Man. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is a cohesive trilogy. It has a beginning, middle, and an end.
But there was going to be a number 4.
Yeah, but they've talked about 4. It was kind of going to be an epilogue.
What about Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man 3 is a satisfying
What
ending.
about the Amazing Spider-Man 2? I feel so bad for people who actually like that movie.
Yeah, that was
and it had a cliffhanger ending, and a lot of stuff was set up, and then they just never got it. Because fucking Andrew Garfield and Sony don't get along no more. Or some shit. I don't remember why they decided to restart.
Isn't
the story that literally Andrew Garfield just didn't show up to a convention that he was really supposed to show up to, and then they fired him?
Yeah, and
let me give you.
Told me that said he was just sick when that happened.
Let me give you a solid example of what I'm talking about from the world's greatest game, Undertale. Right, the game Undertale has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And then Toby Fox said, "Okay, I'm going to make Deltarune, which is an alternate universe of Undertale, and it's going to have a beginning, a middle, and an end." Okay, which it uses a lot of the same characters, but it has a different story and da 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 da. But if I wanted to get on my computer and make a fan fiction, Toby Fox isn't going to say, you know what, I'm going to take it down, right? Other people can write their own stories, and I could go and I could look at all the different universes, like you're saying, right? But a lot of the Marvel and DC universes and crap don't have a beginning, middle, and end. It's just a jumbled up mess of ideas and unfinished thoughts. Some of them are complete, but sometimes to find the complete whole beginning, middle, and end takes all of this time and effort, which is ridiculous. I just want to sit down and I want to watch my show. I want to relax. Okay, I don't want to sit around and stress for 40 minutes trying to figure out what movie I'm supposed to watch next.
Well, maybe you're just not dedicated enough to your media, okay? Fuck you.
Up.
Riley,
well, let's say there's this TV show you really like that is going to have a beginning, middle, and end. All right, and let's say, like, before it's about to end, the creator dies, and they say, "Hey, we're no longer making these. We're gonna mourn the loss of the creator." How would you feel that there's just no end?
No, and I know having no end does suck.
No. Just give me an answer. Don't go on a...
No, I am telling you. I have to go on a tangent, too. I have an example. But, like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. That is shit. Like, 100% that is shit and does suck.
No.
And, like...
Okay, now imagine that happens, but for no absolute reason.
Right? Well, I would rather there be an end, but at the same time, like, it couldn't necessarily be the end that writer wanted to make. Okay.
No. I'm just saying. You probably feel bad if that happened, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now imagine that, but for no reason, and that's what Brad is feeling right now.
All right. Well, we've done it. We're almost 2 hours in. Good job, folks. Fucking wow, an hour and a half. We did it, and then here we go. So,
and then
let's go ahead and argue for another hour and a half. Let's do it.
and then Riley had to ruin it by bringing up Spider-Man to Moe.
No, I didn't. This wasn't my fault. Hey, bullshit, this wasn't my fault.
I'm saying it's Riley's fault. I'm saying it's Riley's fault.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I thought he'd give us a little fucking 10-minute fucking summary of Amazing Spider-Man or some shit.
Fuck you, Riley. You're sitting here getting us on side tangents and being racist to Mexicans and just...
Fuck podcast. All my homies
shitty-ass podcast.
All my homies hate podcasts.
Anyway, Mo, where can our listeners find you?
Well, our listeners can find me at twitter.com/MoSideGaming, where you'll see a pinned tweet with all my shit at. And I'm having a lot of fun on TikTok at tiktok.com/MoSideGaming. I'm blowing up right now at that place. We're having a ton of engagement, tons of fun, tons of views, all sorts of shit. I'm going to be live streaming on there soon once they hit 1,000, so it's going to be fucking awesome. I might just start streaming there instead of fucking Twitch, because honest to God, I'm having so much fun on fucking TikTok and Twitch. It's weird because, like, I'll stream on Glimish. Hardly any latency issues whatsoever on fucking Twitch. Latency issues and connectivity issues up the ass. So, and Twitch, TikTok seems to not really have that issue a whole lot. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. Jason, where can our listeners find you?
You can find my Twitter at JELEEOO. There's a pinned tweet with the rest of my socials.
Brad, do you have anything you want to plug?
You can't find me, so...
You can follow him at Electric Devil G1 on Twitter. He doesn't post anything on there, but if you want to follow him, if you just want to say you're following Brad on Twitter, you can do that.
I forgot all about that Twitter. I don't even know the login to it.
That's really funny. I actually tagged you in a post recently, not even because I wanted you to see it, but just I was promoting Variety Hour and I kind of just tagged the account because I was tagging everybody that was involved in that episode.
You were like, huh? I didn't know.
Electric Devil G1, Brad the Bad. Fuck brain. So you can find me at anchor.fm/RileyMegaFeed. You might already be there because this show is available. You can find a bunch of podcasts there, and if you want to see any of the other shit I do, it's in the description of the podcast.
Oh, thank God he didn't plug everything because we would have been here for the fucking hour.
Thanks for listening, everybody. My issue was the death of Norm Macdonald.
My issue was bad news.
Am I going now?
Yeah.
My issue was short but expensive games.
Rin history is dumb, and so is Marvel and DC. So.
Oh, fuck off. Thanks for listening, everybody, and have a good one. See you next Thursday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good time.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thanks for stopping by.